stage just yet, but they're in a great position for themselves. They are already 1 game up against Yandex, and you would be thinking, wow, that's such a tough choice. I can't believe Yandex are losing to that pick of LGD. No, LGD are coming in as the highest seed here. Yandex definitely having a really rough group stage for themselves. 2 and 3 is how they're entering this one, with the only 2 teams that they have beaten in their group stage, HULIGANI and Team Resilience. They lost to Liquid, Aurora, and Ironwing. And so it is one of those runs and one of those positions that you're not really sure how to make of them, but when I see their performance in game number 1, Monkeys, I'm not sure that this is the Yandex that had those season wins since last TI.
I mean, it does kind of seem like they're in a bit of a funk right now, but at the same time, you really do just have to give credit to LGD. It's so difficult to draft against these guys. I mean, I believe that's the first time we've seen them play Centaur support for the tournament, and it's a very common first pick, but if you're seeing the Centaur, you're not expecting this flex, and you're not expecting to work.
We expected the flex to the mid lane later on after Enigma. We also kind of saw that it could go into that direction.
Wow. Sorry, I meant flex as support.
Yeah. But the teams can definitely also see it, but they don't really think it's gonna be maybe working as good as it was in this one, because it worked out amazingly. And one thing to notice is that LGD, their average game time prior to this series, they have the longest one. It was 55 minutes on average. Yandex, on the other side, they had the shortest games. They had 40-minute games. They were closing out the games in 35 minutes, those in average, those that they won. But in this one, they got completely smacked. So I want to see something a little bit different. I also got to point out that Thompson, he just has this aura every single time. I'm not even kidding. I think it actually.
How would you describe this aura?
You know that there's something magical about this guy. He's just bringing positive vibes, knowing that he is the meta. Like, this is the meta guy. He is, like, every single time somebody, like, you see these TikTok videos or whatever XM was talking about, this is the guy that started all of that stuff.
I mean, he definitely carries a lot of weight. People have talked about watching his streams. I mean, the way that he's won 2 TIs in the past for himself, but also how he started this TI. We saw very briefly the number of heroes he's picked for himself, Monkeys. What is it, 12 different heroes in 14 games? It's only Dragon Knight. That's the only hero that he's repeated. It's now 3 times he's played Dragon Knight.
And it's not even a meta hero.
No, and it's not even the same build every time either.
I mean, that's the Thompson standard, you know. He just picks whatever he wants to pick. He builds whatever he wants to build, and it usually finds a way to work.
Guys, Yandex has broken Earth Spirit in the pool, and it's just ignored.
It did get ignored, but we did hear Whitemon in his winners interview for the main stage talk about that he thinks, when it comes to supports, Undying is just broken at the moment. And when you do look at it, I wouldn't say broken. That's 17 wins and 14 losses.
That's pretty average for...
Slightly above average for a support hero.
Obviously, anytime a hero is picked earlier, I think that you can give it like a fake 5% bonus win rate because it's just being picked first by every team that can get their hands on it. But I do think that when a team has a hero that they're willing to first pick and then they start getting into that ignore phase, it definitely puts a big question mark, because now like, maybe LGD just gets an Earth Sphere at the second phase, or now you're feeling forced. Like, you had this whole plan coming into this best of 3 saying, okay, we're just going to pick Earth Sphere, we're just going to win. And now giving up that plan after 1 game definitely, for me, is already feeling good if you're LGD.
Yeah, I think this is the matchup that we talked about prior to this. What's going to happen in the mid lane? Chera Jr., he also is the lane counter to certain heroes. Like, he has been picking these Slarks against the Ember Spirits. They do flex Necrophos across 3 different roles. He loves to have that upper hand in the matchup, but doesn't seem like he has it in this one. And seeing, again, LGD opening up with a Centaur, the Centaur can go to the mid lane. Most of the Chera Jr. heroes have been melee. So I want to see maybe something ranged, because this Centaur could go to the mid lane. It could ruin a lot of these melee heroes. I could potentially see something like a Snapfire maybe coming in, because I still think this hero is very strong. The hero has been nerfed. It looked pretty OP.
We did see earlier today, it was in the Iron Wing versus GamerLegion.
It looked good.
They played a Centaur mid, but they had to play versus Lina. And I think Lina's an important hero for Yandex. It's not banned yet. Watson was one of the original Lina carries, so it's still potential flex. and because they are that second pick, they have the overall last pick, so they can supreme flex the Lina to whatever role they want it to be. And they already have it set up with the melee support with the Undying. So I would like a Lina out of the phase. You can even potentially ban that Earth Spirit just so Topsim doesn't get to play it. He's been playing Earth Spirit for 5 years at this point. He was one of the very first to play it, even when it was bad. And it is, in my opinion, kind of a counter to Lina. Even though you do lose the lane, its play style is perfect against Lina.
I also do want to note Yandex giving Whisper that respect with the Enigma ban in the first phase. So maybe trying to make the Centaur a much more straightforward pick, because I do think Enigma off lane is one of those better lane partners for support Centaur.
That's very interesting to me. Because
That's politely put, I think.
Picking it into Centaur is
so
interesting.
Centaurs generally, as offlane, like let's just say this from the lens of offlane Centaur,
Sure.
it's still good versus Doom. If you get doomed, there's a good chance you live because you're so tanky, or you can just stampede your teammates out. But now, with this potential of a support Centaur already shown, you're not going to doom the position 5 Centaur. This guy's just going to sit in the back, wait for his core to get doomed, stampede him out. You never get a kill on the guy with BKB. It's also allowing this Lina Centaur lane to happen, which I think that's a very good matchup versus the Doom. To me, that's a bit of a wasted pick for them, because I think they could have gotten it later if they really wanted it.
It's an odd one. You don't see anything. I also don't think, like, it's a BKB piercing tool in a sense, maybe pre-picking it, but Doom this early, we really haven't seen it for a good reason. This hero isn't really that good. A lot of times, like, you could pick it on 23, you don't know the matchup. We are in the healing meta, so the hero is good against those things, but against, like, one particular thing that they did see, it's not very good.
I will say Doom has been rising in popularity over the last few days.
Yeah,
Like yesterday it got picked up a lot more. I think we saw it 16 games is what it's being played in. But you're right, it's sitting in that position where it's picked way later in the draft. There's more of a reason to it. It isn't this one that is a foundation or a building block.
Heroes are very tanky in the current meta. Him having percentage-based damage is always going to be good for killing those heroes, but it's still pretty early to pick it blindly.
It's also just typically used as a solution to these massive healers. Necro, Largo, Dazzle.
Io.
Io. I just kind of blind picking it without a reason. Can't say I like it too much.
Oh. Speaking of Io.
Maybe it's a deny pick before they're to set up their Io. And Bounty Hunter.
I think
Wow.
we're melee heroes right now.
Also, I want to note LGD, 3 heroes, 3 stuns.
This has to be a core IO, actually. I do love this stun joke, by the way, because I don't want to ignore that one. But this, has to be a core IO then, which is what it's predominantly being played in. But I feel like,
5 seconds
I don't know if I like the core IO. I'm sitting right on the fence of it.
There's a still little flex to it. Chances are very low if you want to run some, like, carry Doom. I think it can work, and then you run offlane Undying, but it's a little too much, so most likely this is just going to be core IO.
How do you guys feel about core IO?
I think it's good in some games, especially depending on the pairings you get. I like it when it has a mid or offlane, or when it's mid. It had just some core pairing that it feels really good with. The Doom one's acceptable, but it's not the absolute best.
I know you've talked about it with Largo.
Largo, yeah. I think that hero's already banned. It's been banned since second phase, so they can't be picking up that one up. But it is a strong safe lane with the Undying. You give them a little bit of Moon Seed, a little bit of mana to help just the decay spam. So they should be winning their safe lane. Bounty with the Doom. I think Soxa, for me, him and 33 back when they laned together, they were the original
It's a Doom counter.
double
I
melee
love
heroes.
this.
And I think Soxa is able to just survive the lane on these bounty hunters, these melee fours, pull for his Doom. Doom should free farm. But then there's an instant response to Doom, which we saw LGD pick up earlier in the tournament, which is this Venge.
It wasn't even picked up against Doom in that particular
against
game.
the Dawn, I
but it
think.
is a Doom counter. People, like, back in the days when Raid King was a hero, I got surprised just by
Whoa!
saying the name.
What a
'cause,
pull.
Yeah, blast from the past.
Deep recesses of his mind there.
Because you basically have 2 lives because you go for the Aghanim Scepter. This hero deals insane amount of damage, especially once you get to, like, the Hydra's Breath, level 20 talent as well. Very good scaling. The hero farms much faster than most of the people would expect it to farm. So this means that this Lina is going to go to the mid lane, unless Thompson wants to run something crazy because he played Troll mid, then maybe there's a reasoning for him to play Venge in the mid lane. Like, it is doable. It's nothing too crazy when we talk about Thompson, but if we want to keep things simple, they are going to be looking for a position 4, some Dark Willow type of a hero, maybe Grimstroke that could come out because you have Io, which means that he's going to be tethered to something throughout the whole game. I like Willow a lot. I think the stocks for Willow has risen quite heavily, especially the performances that we've seen so far in the group stages of TI. It looked very, very good.
Yandex, they're putting support, or they're putting respect on the potential for support Centaur again with the Batrider ban, because Batrider is a Whisper special.
I think this makes your last ban also very difficult then. Do you go all in on banning out another offlaner? Is that where more of a threat persists? Then
could maybe see a Death Prophet ban or something along those lines, but Whisper hasn't played that yet this tournament. But
you just like that hero. You're just going to think about it.
I'm just going to expect the Centaur offlane. I think it makes the most sense versus the IO carry potential and the Undying 5, because you can just cut the waves pretty easily. So taking some probably position 4 that is just stable looks the best to me. I always think about Rubik this patch, but it's pretty bad Rubik.
It has been underwhelming in the most of the games that we've seen.
I haven't been a fan of him.
And if not Rubik, I do like the snap. I do believe it's been undervalued quite a bit. Even as support, though, everything it did versus the Undying, it still does. You can just press your E, kill the tombstone. It gives you a lot of follow-up damage for your stuns. And honestly, the save is pretty good versus like melee heroes that want to come in. You just like cookie your guy. He goes back with the shard. It's far enough distance. And then pairing that with the Venge, I think they have a lot of good disengage.
It could even be a Whisper snap. In LGD's first game of the tournament, they played Whisper offlane snap, and he owned on it.
Ooh. We're seeing the Magnus, which I'm going to hope that and assume this is a Whisper Magnus.
Yep.
Not the Nothing to Say mid Magnus that we saw earlier. Was not too big of a fan of that, but I think in the offlane, this hero looks pretty decent just because you have so much farming potential. If you max the Empower, which you can sometimes get away with, you just complete free farm, and I don't think IO has the capability to really stop that from happening.
It's kind of a same thinking in a sense where they're going to be grouping up, that it's for kind of melee heroes in a sense, like Io being tethered up to somebody. It's going to be very good for Magnus to set up his RPs. Whisper did play it earlier in the group stage against Team Brazilians. That was a long game, 70-minute game, and it looked very good. They also have ways of amping up the damage with this Vengeful Spirit, with the it's on a range hero, so it's not as effective, but having Empower on top of that, there's going to be quite a lot of right-click. Gunnar, you talked about all the physical damage in this meta, how it's important that you can kill heroes through the BKB. You have Vengeful Spirit with the swap, you have Magnus with the RP, a lot of BKB piercing tools that and the overwhelming damage, the right-click damage that you're bringing, so it does feel very good.
That's the aura effect you were talking about, Lukas, the Thompson effect. Now Yandex is saying, oh, you guys won with mid Dragon Knight. Now it's our turn to give it a go and win with it.
Yeah, Dragon Knight has been kind of always the hero that has been good in the lane against Lina. You have a stun, like you don't feel as much harassment. The matchup did change over the years, but they also needed a stun. I feel like this is the hero that they kind of needed somebody to set things up, because when you have Doom, you also want to have a good chase potential, because otherwise they're going to be running away, and they have swap and they have stampede, so you're going to be able to lock onto a target and kill it.
I do worry about the Dragon Knight with the sub duo. I think Undying and Bounty are both extremely low damage heroes. Yes. So if he has, which we've seen Dragon Knight actually struggle a bit in the lane versus Lina. Like, yeah, you don't get crushed like the other heroes, but it's not sunshine and rainbows. I think if he has that kind of bad lane and he's on the back foot, I don't think his supports can really help him. And LGD's draft just looks pretty solid.
It looks very good.
Yep. I mean, 5 heroes, 5 stuns again. You can't, if you're stunned, you can't play Dota. Doesn't matter how good you are.
Monkeys is not going to change his mind until he potentially sees a 5-stun lineup lose. Is it going to be now? Is it going to be another draft? Who really knows? It's elimination. It's qualification potentially for LGD if they're able to win this game number 2. Maybe even rewrite history, winning on a mag in TI format here. We're going to see for game number 2 with Sunspan and Syndrome.
Here we go. Game 2 of this best of 3. Can Yandex stay alive, or will LGD move on to the main event? That is the question that will be answered either this game or next. As we see, that is not Queen Imperia. That is, in fact, Vengeful Spirit being picked, which I've been wanting this picked all tournament long. I brought it up 2 or 3 times. I've been thinking it tens of times, Cinderin. But I haven't brought it up, so you can be thankful for that.
That's nice.
What do you think?
The less you say, the better.
Okay,
so
thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.
I think it really fits the bill for how this team is playing. And of course, it's a good response to Doom. You're going to buy eggs, so if you get doomed, you have a second life.
Yeah, you never want to doom her.
It feels really unappealing. It's kind of the new Wraith King against Doom. She's just seemingly a better hero right now, and you're a bad target, so you feel confident in the game. At first glance, it might look a little bit weird to have Magnus with 0 good and power friends, but I just don't think it's that important comparatively to what it used to be. It's oh yeah, true. Actually, she does get the bonus from being both a ranged and a melee hero. That's true.
You know, I know that because I play her as a melee hero, Cinderin, always.
So yeah, that is a nice little extra detail. I genuinely don't think it mattered for the pick, if I'm honest, but maybe it played a role. I think more so than anything, this is LGD saying, hey, in game number 1, we had a lot of stuns and a big AoE BKB piercing ability in the offlane. You guys ban Enigma, we've got another one. This hero is going to be performing a similar function, of course, with the asterisk that the laning phase will be harder. This should be a much better or a tougher matchup than Enigma had in the last game. IO Undying is a kind of actually surprisingly strong lane, you might think, with IO as carry. But that said, IO carry, I feel like it's been very hit or miss in this tournament. And this is an elimination game at this point for Yandex. You got ran over in game number 1, and in this game, I don't feel like you necessarily picked something that's going to up the pace that much when you're proposing an offlane Doom and, like the panel talked about, a mid lane Dragon Knight with low damage supports. I think this is a very high execution draft, and if you're not on top form today, which you definitely weren't in game 1, I don't think there's any sugarcoating it, you just got destroyed. This is a high-risk play to make in game 2, to draft like this.
Yep, for sure. We'll see how it turns out. I mean, yeah, when I think of Watson, I don't think of IO. Not that he can't play it, but you would think in the elimination game you want to go for something that's a little bit more comfort.
Yeah. I was expecting them to run something where they don't feel on a timer. I don't know if they necessarily are. I think their lineup scales very well on the core positions. The support's a little bit mixed bag, like Bounty Hunter on Soxa here can scale, but it's contingent on finding kills. Bounty Hunter never gets rich without track, especially since the change to his innate, or rather he had the facet where he could farm with Shuriken, which doesn't exist anymore, the old through and through ability. So now all you have is more gold when you kill enemy heroes that have high net worth. So again, his entire game is kind of hinging on being successful with his teammates in finding pickoffs. Well, if game 1 is anything to go by, LGD are ready to fight. They're going to bring the numbers.
I didn't get to confirm, because I heard from a little birdie that maybe that innate for Bounty is just not working, actually. Oh. So you might not even have that to work with. Could not confirm it, though, so don't take my word for it.
It makes me feel better about the mistake from last game with Sven that Gunnar and I both made, talking about how he does more damage to stun targets. Maybe that still works. Who knows? Maybe it just says something else.
It's really hard to test. Yeah, that's true. Theolacor might get first blooded for the 2nd game in a row, which is good news for LGD, because it worked out really well after that.
I was about to say why. All right, that's
a good luck charm for them.
That's the strat, yep.
Yeah, I'm interested with what's going to happen to Whisper, because, like you said, Enigma can farm like pretty much none other, it feels like, from the offlane position, whereas the Magnus, I would not put him within the same couple categories.
No. One of these heroes is definitely just better than the other in this patch in the offlane on average. Enigma will have games that are really tough if it's specifically countered by the carry pick, but otherwise the hero will always get stuff. Magnus can lose to a variety of lanes, and I do expect him to lose down here. It's just a matter of by how much, but this is a constant harassment lane. It's super annoying for him to deal with the non-stop spamming of Decay. It's very hard to initiate on either IO or Undying because of all the heals they're going to have. They will have some inherent synergy later with the Soul Rip plus Tether, which is really strong. So plenty of good things going Yandex's way in that regard. Top lane, DM actually quite low here.
I would argue he's having quite the nice time for the moment, other than the harassment. His CS is quite good on the Magnus. Not going to be too sad about that yet, but we'll see once the levels come to be if Yandex can take advantage of it or not. Again, we're going to be seeing the support Centaur here from KJ somehow work last game. As a Centaur lover,
It's
glad
slow
to
on the
see
sentry there, unfortunately. So not going to get the follow-up Venge stun. Could have put some pressure onto Sox. So he would have lived, but maybe could have forced out the healing Lotus. Still, this lane is... I think this is what's very important. If you're playing Centaur 5 or 4, this is maybe a little bit of a tip for people at home if they get inspired. This hero has some serious shortcomings along with its strengths. Obviously, LGD are drafting it in a very particular fashion to make his laning make sense. Last game he was laning with Enigma, an incredibly powerful offlaner that offers a lot of damage during your stuns. And in this case, he's laning with the Venge, who, as a carry, is a little bit in the same boat. So...
Okay, they're going to be forced out again. And yeah, the minus armor aspect in this game with the Wave of Terror, not really taking much advantage of it from LGD's side. It's just a single, really, I mean, sure, Lina will do some physical damage. It's mostly magic, surely.
Let's be honest, they only picked Venge because of Doom. I think there was no way they were going to do it otherwise. They
And it has a stun, Cinderin.
It does, but a lot of heroes have stuns. Very few heroes have 2 lives. It's only her, Undying, arguably, and of course Wraith King.
That shows how much in the dumpster Wraith King is, that he's not even picked in this scenario.
Yeah.
That's the one category you're looking for. One check off that box. As Thompson in the mid lane. 38 and 6 start, but this is a 25 and 4 on Tachira.
What has happened to Lina that this is a play?
Yeah, it used to be the finishing blow. Now it's just like, I'll just get my stacks up.
Using Laguna to harass.
Oh, Malady gonna run into Theolocor, puts down the Tombstone, but the Starstorm's in quite a bit. The zombie does tank the arrow, as Theolocor able to get out just in time, and now the Dragon Tail onto Thompson. This is a much bigger kill for Yandex. KJ a little bit late to the party, so ends up being a very good trade for Yandex.
Was a little bit disconnected from them, though. It felt like Undying used absolutely everything and died before DK could even connect on the play, but fortunately was able to in the very end. And almost killed the Mirana there on Malady, but needed an extra zombie hit or 2 as the Tombstone was taken down.
So we're going to see Radiance on Lina, you think?
No, I don't think so.
If he's going to switch things up on every hero, though.
I had my doubts last game when we talked about Dragon Knight buying Radiance, if that was ever a thing in other roles. I think Lina Radiance, I can say with confidence, has never been a thing in any role.
Getting gone on under the tier 1 tower. Will pop the Lotus, but... And the Fairy Fire, in fact. Scorched Earth is too much. DM with the kill. And another big one going the way of Yandex. Exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah, it's off to a solid start this game on Doom. I wonder who he prioritizes dooming this game. I think there's a case to be made for actually making it a priority to doom the Magnus over Lina, depending on the situation. Obviously, you're not dooming Venge after she hits her Ags timing. Unless it's a very specific scenario. But... you are playing into Stampede. Oh, see you later, Melody, by the way. Walk into trouble here. Centaur, a classic counter to Doom for that reason. You Doom someone, you just Stampede them out.
True.
He can't... I mean, obviously you can itemize against it as Doom, but you're not really going to. So you will be heavily reliant on combining Doom with Dragon Tail. Otherwise, the heroes are just going to run away from everybody.
Yeah.
It's actually an incredible Centaur support game, considering you first picked this.
It makes Ags Doom even worse. Actually.
Yeah. Yes.
Arrow set up by the hoof stomp from
and it
KJ.
makes Heart Centaur even better.
Thompson doesn't even need to use a stun. I'm not even sure if he has it leveled yet, as the Tombstone's going to get taken out easily from LGD. They get the tier 1 tower and a kill to boot. Yeah, has not leveled LSA quite yet. I mean, when do you pop a value level in this?
Probably next, I think. I mean, we have seen Lina's go 404. I'm personally not ever really a fan of that. strictly for the laning phase, there's an argument to be made that you don't need LSA and you just use the additional point in Fiery Soul to farm more and easier. And
Oh boy, Watson finds himself in trouble. Nice stun coming out from Whisper and company. They got many more where that came from. No denial as Yuma will claim his kill. In fact, his second kill of the game on the Vengeful Spirit carry.
They're probably getting the tower here too. And I have to say, we haven't talked about the lineups in that much detail. I think this support duo from the side of Yandex, I personally don't like it. It's double melee, it's both low damage heroes, and it's both heavily reliant on snowballing, which if you fail to do well in the early game of this game, what purpose do Bounty and Undying have as a duo? Like, sometimes you're going to have a bad game where Bounty Hunter's scouting becomes really valuable, and then you can play around that. You can maybe farm an additional amount on your heroes because Bounty is dying and giving vision, but Undying doesn't benefit from that playstyle. He just wants to fight, right? So the one thing they have in common is they love to take fights, so you get trackball and use Tomb, but that's kind of it. Here we go. They're going to try it.
Nice formality. The swap out on his teammate to be able to get out. Looks like that'll be successful for the Vengeful Spirit.
It's a bit
KJ
might work,
stun
though.
out, attempting to go through the gate. Do they have another stun where that came from? Not needed.
Not quite.
Yandex do find something.
Watson running Dom into Maelstrom on the IO, it looks like. Not Eggs. Interesting.
Okay.
As a first choice. I believe most carry IOs we've seen went Dom Eggs, right? I think so. At least the one we cast.
I think we've only cast one so far.
It hasn't been that
many
that we've had. But it's been pretty popular this tournament overall. At least some games. Thompson will be spotting out the Bounty Hunter and pretend he doesn't exist. Doesn't give a crap about him.
I wanted to talk about the Bounty Hunter. It feels like this...
Mask of Madness on Magnus? Excuse me?
Really?
Okay.
Okay, I like that. That's cool.
Whisper wants to hit.
And LGD, the way they play is so fun. I've always loved watching them, especially in these big tournaments. They show up with something you haven't seen, at least not in quite some time.
This is effectively Whisper saying, I am going to get farmed just like last game when he went for, you know, the Octarine on Enigma instead of the BKB most people were expecting.
Yeah.
Now Mask of Madness before Blink, so he can do more damage in the RPs and during all the downtime farm a lot more. This is usually a carry build on this hero.
They look are wasting so much time here. Arrow actually hits as well. Will they continue to pursue? Doesn't look like it.
Soxa narrowly dodged that dust or he would have died. Now instead he's going to kill two couriers.
All right.
Gets
not
swapped
too
in.
bad. It will cost him his life.
All right, you say that.
Outside the sentry now, though.
He's fine.
Now he will survive.
All right, that's what you want to see from your Bounty Hunter. Dust, sentry, and two couriers lost there at no cost for Soxa. This hero sometimes just has these awkward games where nothing is happening and you just feel pointless.
Yeah.
But he's finding some impact here.
I believe that was the specialist array for Venge,
I
right?
think that was what was killed indeed.
Is that the typical build for Venge?
Yeah, it's pretty standard on carry Venge to go specialist array for sure. You want a farming item and it's better than Maelstrom on her.
What about Battle Fury, though?
That's all I have to say to that. Too bad.
I always look for melee-related items on her, and
Yeah.
it feels like it still doesn't happen.
You get Empower this game. That
is true.
You have to settle for that.
KJ getting chased. Will pop his Fairy Fire. Under the tier 2, Yuma in the area as well. First Doom of the game applied to the Centaur, and see the relocate from Watson. A lot of damage now as Yuma comes up with a nice RP, but not in time to save Yuma. And in fact, it might cost the Magnus his life as well. Double kill for Watson as Yandex looking in pretty good position now after a Game 1 Omega Stomp against them.
Yeah. As a Bounty Hunter enjoyer, I can tell you that was a very important moment for Soxa. I think he was the biggest winner in all of that. He gets his level 6. They start putting some pressure on the map now. I'm not sure if he got any tracks off mid-fight after leveling up, but regardless, now his game is truly unlocked. He's going to go earn. I'm assuming he will get a Distiller with that. Scouting out. Tops. Oh.
Doing a blade right on his
narrowly got out of the sentry,
face.
but
Pick the Dragon Slave.
Tranquils are good here. Very good. He didn't get attacked, so he's regenning through all of that burn damage.
Very annoying now.
Yep.
It does feel like this hero, it's a hit or a miss big time.
It is. It's super one-dimensional.
For like an elimination game. Some balls on them to pick
It's
it.
bold, it is, but at the same time, it's also, I would say, one of Sox's best heroes in recent memory. That don't run it that often, but generally very impressed with his ability to perform on this. Speaking of Distiller, now there's going to be one picked up for Mirana. Incredible item against Bounty Hunter, obviously. 8 seconds of true sight. You just need to see him at some point, or know where he is.
Yeah, feels bad as
Can even place it as
his hero.
Yeah, just place it in an area and Bounty Hunter can't get in there.
Surprised we are. I mean, not that we're seeing. We did see Ricky, I suppose. I'm thinking of Invis heroes with since Distiller was put in. They've definitely dropped off.
Yeah, we haven't seen much Nyx. Not that he's Invis after he initiates, but Soxa. Yoink! He got his item delivered, though.
How many courier kills is that for him now? 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think so.
Not too bad.
If this was the old couriers, now we're talking.
He's channeling his inner Jin Q.
Yeah, or his inner maybe next time, if you want to go back to that long ago. Holy core.
That is 5 kills.
We'll get out of here. It's one of the things that Bounty Hunter does that can be super frustrating to play against when you're playing slow, which is what LGD so far are in this game with their heroes, is you don't know where the vision is. It's hard to take advantage of Moonlight Shadow when you could be under a ward at any given point when you use it. And they're spending so much time and energy on their supports playing cat and mouse with this damn little rat. They will finally get off Moonlight Shadow. It doesn't look like they're connecting on anything, though.
Both sides were smoked. Yandex going to take the initiative. KJ going to be spotted. The Dragon Tail to his face. Gets off the hook pump onto 2, though. The DM jumps in with the Doom on top of Yuma. But like you said, the Stampede being put to good use. LSA, some more right clicks. There's the RP onto 2 with a big skew onto the tier 3 towers. Watson now in a lot of trouble. They will find the Vengeful Spear, but at heavy cost again. 2 cores down for Yandex. Chira Jr. now on the run, but the Starstone doing quite a bit with the Shockwave to finish the job. The Tombstone stacking up as Watson.
Oh, Malady killed him?
Thompson in the meantime getting killed off by the zombie man. Malady does fall in the end. This turns out to be a 4 for 4. What is happening in the enemy base for Yandex?
Okay. Hey, that's honestly kind of it.
I don't know who won that.
It's a draw because of track. You know? Like, you killed one... Yeah, it's hard to keep an overview of fights like that. It was a nice heads-up play.
Dead even with the gold.
Important for Whisper to find that RP and at least somewhat alleviate that disaster, but obviously dooming Venge is good for now.
Not for long, though.
Far off the Ags still. Need another 2,500 gold, so they would love to do that again.
Just awarded 1 ward. There's still an observer in the enemy base by the tier 3 top.
Yeah, I think Malady placed that as he was diving the lead.
Yeah, that's so funny.
This one might just last full duration.
Yeah, I don't think they'll overuse it anyway.
And it's it's good for Soxa. He's going to see courier movement.
True.
Potentially get another kill or 2 out of that and just be a bigger nuisance.
No, he's going to be spotted though. Magic missile with the swap. KJ in the area. Does still apply. Soxa might be fine. Distiller is there. Now the other core getting gone on by DM. The right clicks will suffice. And Yuma now.
They are confident with reload.
Quite yet, absolutely. The Dragon Tail sets things up. The Skewer's not going to be in time. And now the Stampede for the retreat on LGD. Not going to last long enough, it looks like. As the Centaur, the Watson Centaur in this case, not able to find the stomp. The Whisper gets away. Thompson was not a part of this fight.
They're going for him, aren't they?
Watson, okay. He spots Thompson, he just runs right into him.
Son on son, who's the bigger son?
Centaur is not fast enough to get the stomp off. I don't believe the arrow will buy him some time.
I was going to say, this is current Dota if he Lagunas that Centaur creep. That's 2026 right there.
Do you like it or not?
I don't mind it. It's just funny. It's funny to see. Thompson, by the way, going for a rather uncharacteristic build-up here. Kaya into immediate Lincolns. So once counter the Doom and the Track and the Dragon Tail early. But in mentioning all of those abilities, essentially, I don't know necessarily how good this is going to be for him, because you can just break it from a long range in Invis with Track, and then you can get doomed out of nowhere.
Yep.
So it doesn't feel like a safeguard, but maybe it is a necessity.
Is that the finished? No, he's still 2k away. He's actually, his farm has dropped up quite a bit on Yuma.
Oh, Thompson's courier just got killed by Saksa along with Yuma's courier. So is that 7? Are we up to 7 now?
I think it would be 8.
8 courier kills?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's
7. Okay, you were right.
Yeah,
Good job.
Nice try. Marana's killed 5.
Apparently.
Somehow.
We haven't seen.
I've not noticed them. You look for it less when it's not Bounty Hunter, but still.
It's not fair because she has a mount.
Yeah, that's right. Unfair game.
Sox is spending a lot of his time courier hunting. It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, this is a multi-purpose movement, right? He's looking for couriers, but he's also looking for key information. They have relocate, so he can actually set up Watson for unexpected kills, especially if he connects with Doom. So this is a very interesting strategy that is working out great so far for them.
And Watson almost done with his Aghanim Scepter.
Side of LGD, the only hero that's really thriving in the farm department is the Lina, and she is going to have her work cut out for her playing into Doom Dragon Knight. It is not easy to not get caught by anything here with Bounty Hunter scouting. A couple of Lotuses here for Soxa. He's going to be happy to find this pool unchecked for 9 minutes. We get 3 of them, and we're into a smoke we go. So this is exactly going to be a relocate play, but they're going to do it the other way around. They're going to bring smoke, Doom into a smoke, so he doesn't have to be reload.
Dragon Form's about to end, though, so not the most ideal timing for Yandex.
Feels like if they blink Doom and Dragon Tail anyone, that hero is dead.
Yeah, maybe they don't.
It doesn't
need
really
the
matter.
Dragon Form.
And the dream
Hero
target would be...
It would be Thompson.
Lina.
They'll find the Marana instead.
They won't kill her, though.
Not enough.
I
Double
think.
leap? Okay.
Oh, they will.
The way the gem is there,
That
though,
was
they
a
will pick
lot
it back
of damage.
up.
What the hell? Oh, that's right. Fireball linkers for 2 seconds after you leap out of it.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a pretty rare thing for AoE ground abilities to have that much linger, but
It is fire.
that's true.
Whisper, using the RP on this pesky bounty hunter, will get the Laguna Blade help from Thompson as well. Drums away from the zombie man.
Majorly awkward. They want to get out of there.
Lincoln's finally online, as you can see Chira finds himself a Centaur snack. 6k lead for Yandex. And Aghanim Scepter still not finished on Yuma.
Yeah, he's having a rough one. It's the biggest story of the game here.
Started off so well.
4 deaths
That
to his
empower.
name.
You know, you need to get that empower action here.
I think more than anything, he just needs some breathing room. They've been very aggressive in this top half, largely, again, courtesy of the Bounty Hunter scouting. They've been able to go for these tower dives, relocate plays, and Yuma has definitely suffered the most out of any core in this game. The fact that he's only 500 ahead of Magnus, who had a bad lane matchup, speaks volumes.
Tormentor is up. We'll see if Yandex want to take advantage of that.
There it is. Aghanim Scepter. Step 1 of many needed here for LGD in this game, but they are always going to have that X factor of insane team fight. Always fall back on that. You can hit a fat RP, combo it with an LSA. You have plenty of AoE damage between your heroes. Okay.
Nice little love tap there from Thompson. Blink almost there for KJ. So some nice item timings for LGD.
Thinking about it. The track on Centaur. Still gonna wait though. And every time there are 4 heroes together without the IO, they are 5. Benj might be the primary target here.
Thompson about 1,200 away from his Aghanim Scepter, but
Yuma goes to hit this wave.
Blink for KJ once that track ends. They don't want to spoil the surprise. DM has his BKB. Did not go for a greedy build with a Radiance or anything of the sort on the
Maybe
build.
some miscommunication. I've heard Dragon Knight is supposed to buy that. Maybe they didn't.
I was mentioning Doom, but yeah.
I know, but
That's
maybe he didn't go Radiance because he thought DK was going to be
Right.
fully Thompsoning it up.
They could have learned from game number 1.
Well, I do definitely agree with not buying it on DK this game. I think it's the right choice. And I don't mind that neither of them went for it. I don't think it's that important. The tempo here is really the name of the game. If you play this game too greedily, you lose your supports in the process. It's been... That was my biggest concern for Yandex after the draft, was finding purpose for Malady and Soxa and mission accomplished. Like, this was really, really important that the early game went this way. Now that you've done that, Plenty of options. Looking to be a shard soon for Malady to counter primarily RP, I think. Oh, reload bottom, just a fun.
Okay. Very exciting.
Yeah. Always riveting.
He has BKB now as well for Watson.
Yep.
Big timings now for Yandex, and I would expect the fight to break out here relatively shortly. 7K lead. It's not growing necessarily, though. See if they can expand this now with these BKBs coming online. Thompson is top net worth, though. Have to mention that. His Ags should be on the way now. And a Moonlight Shadow. It was spotted, though.
Now, the of course, tracked. Probably no way out of this one unless... Nope, there is a way
Dragon
out.
Tail. All
Okay,
right.
never mind. I was looking elsewhere. Didn't realize they already used Dragon Tail. Then there absolutely is a way out of that one.
Okay, Whisper initiation into the LSA and Laguna. Malady is A-okay. He's going to get hooked up now by Watson. Applying some pressure to Yuma instead. The Stampede away, so LGD just not having the damage yet. It's like Thompson, I mean, what's the regular build here? I mean, at some point you go for right-click, right?
Yeah, it looks like he wants to go... He's not upgrading his Kaya, or is he? No. Unless it's on his courier.
Gonna get this for
A lot of the
free,
time you
looks
see
like.
Kaya Yasha in the slot, but no contesting. Oh, he changed his build just now. All right, so he is going Kaya Yasha. He had other items queued up a moment ago on the Lina. I believe he was looking for a Hurricane Pike, but going back for the standard. I mean, there's nothing special about this build except the early Lincolns currently. Otherwise, it's kind of cookie cutter. This is probably why it's not looking great for LGD. Thompson not being creative enough. Doesn't know how to play normally. Has to do his own thing.
Let's see the E-Blade.
That's pretty normal on Lina.
I guess so. Relocate, Whisper in some trouble. We'll take a full doom.
Doom him. All right.
All right.
Gets
Goodbye.
packing. I don't know if that was necessary, but sending a message, I suppose. Another track kill for Soxa's bank account. It's a big game hunter in case that works.
BGH, you say?
He was top 3 net worth in the enemy team.
Okay. Might be working after all, Cinderin.
Well, I'm just hoping it does.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Actually see it.
How big of a power spike is the Ags for Lina, would you say?
It's game specific. I think in this game, actually not that big of a deal. I don't think the defensive aspect of it is going to help her that much to get the magic resistance. Obviously, 35% spell amp is no joke, and you can find angles flying over trees, etc. But again, Bounty Hunter is just a massive thorn in their side in that regard. It's LGD have very much struggled to find any moves on their terms. So maybe this could help them find unexpected angles. He's trying it right now, perhaps. No Flame Cloak, though.
Yeah, they find the stun onto the Doom. Looks to be dead to rights, just stun locked completely. Now the Stampede away as the relocate comes in.
Oh, that's a good Dragon
Jr.
Tail.
Owning up, though. 2 supports killed just like that. Still at this stage of the game, I think LGD still take that, though. Doom for 2 supports, probably.
Not that often you see the Dragon Tail AoE actually come into play like that, but stunned both targets.
They're going to use this opportunity to push. Thompson does need to be a bit careful.
They have so much healing. Dragon Knight's inherent regen, tether, soul rip. You better kill them in one go, or you're going to have to kill them twice over. And I guess probably good for Whisper that he ended up buying that Mask of Madness, because with how this game has been going, he would have been in the absolute dumpster without a farming item.
True.
At the very least, he's been able to get something, but not looking great overall.
Still bottom net worth of the
Malady gonna break out this smoke on Centaur.
I will say, going high ground against LGD sounds absolutely miserable. Arrow not going to hit. Dragon Tail is there from
reload.
Jr. As KJ is going to tumble. It's going to be a support trade, though. And the swap now to Chira Jr. into the skewer, and the right clicks will suffice. So that's a big kill coming out of the way of LGD.
Oh, you do nothing? Oh, Lincolns?
Yeah, Lincolns was procced as Yuma is going to continue to right click. He has his Aghanim Scepter, so his illusion comes out now.
You get the swap?
You get the swap in time out to DM. Onto the high ground he goes outside of vision.
Doesn't have the swap.
Wait, does it not refresh?
No, this was changed. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This was changed.
That felt so good. Though,
Yeah,
when it
I
refreshed.
mean, that was a very big nerf. I want to say DM was not dooming the Lina, but that Thompson put the Lincolns on someone else as he was doing, but it was hard to see with how clustered up the heroes were.
Watson trying to defend the honor of Soxa, and that's going to be enough for Thompson to have to hightail away.
Still.
Oh, swap.
That's
onto
big.
Watson. Okay, they can try to burn this
Yeah, but
Aegis. Looks like they'll do it, but a tombstone save at the last moment. And now the jump in from DM, able to get the Vengeful Spirit illusion. As Human will now revive normally.
Close call. Goes to show how important the skewer is going to be. You have to get them away from Undying.
40 seconds on the Aegis.
Figuring Malady might by Blink to try to counteract that. Soxa. Oh no.
Heal
Whisper.
steal, Soxa. Gets some help from Watson now. Whisper on the run with the Stampede help. Okay, he gets quite far away,
A
actually.
lot of movement between everything he got to use there.
Indeed.
In mid. Connecting back here with IO, but no follow-up on the Dragon Knight.
Dire's bottom line is under attack.
Looks like Chira Jr. working on Ags. Very nice against Lina. Magic resistance really goes a long way against that hero, and getting the flying movement means you can match her during Flame Cloak. So it's going to be a real feels-good pickup here. Now, if you aren't too familiar with late-game Venge, this hero can actually become a hard carry nowadays. It used to be more of a tempo carry that kind of fell off, but late-game Venge can be insanely strong. Big part of it is level 20 talent, where you steal damage and armor from the targets that you hit. So if you hit some big hero that has a lot of base damage, it can be crazy against heroes like Tiny especially. We've seen it run against to just get like 80 or 90 damage for free, then you're playing with some sort of critical strike, and all of a sudden start hitting like a truck. This game, you don't have that beefy target in terms of damage, but you have Empower, so it's probably going to roughly even out.
Yeah.
But he has a long way to go. This is a poor Venge.
He does. Whisper finds a connection. That's a deletion.
Oh,
in fact, and they find the
nice.
RP onto the DK. Enough damage? Not quite. Actually, yes, he does fall. As Yuma is still alive and running. Watson with the BKB now coming with the relocate. Trying to get something out of this fight. The jump in from the Doom. Not able to get the Doom off, though. And Soxa's going to take a hoof stomp into the double edge. It's 3 dead for Yandex. As LGD somehow coming out on top here.
That was super snappy from Whisper on the RP.
What's Silence
clean.
Doom? He jumped in and got silenced instant.
Are you sure he got silenced?
No.
I didn't see him be silenced. I just saw him not casting spells, which, I mean, effectively, I guess...
In a way, brain silence.
Yeah. I think he was just hesitating to doom anyone there.
Okay.
Starting to get
I mean,
paranoid
it
about
makes
the
you-
Lincolns, maybe.
Yeah, it makes you think twice with the Lincolns.
He's got to buy
That,
Ags to not have to worry about it anymore.
then Stampede becomes even more important.
Yes, that is...
Shard was taken by KJ from the Tormentor, which, I don't know, on a support, eh.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of whatever.
Eh, what do you want to see? He might be going Yules again. Do you think Ags? Ags looks better than it did last game, if he can
Yeah.
get there.
I think you could also argue for Wind Waker, maybe, if you're already going for the Yules. The great way of buying time against Dragon Tail, which is going to be the biggest offensive ability for Yandex later in the game, aside from Doom.
Ooh.
Oh, that was still a crucial sequence for LGD. They pretty much cut the lead in half now.
Yeah, we're starting to get to the point where it might be out of reach in a few minutes. Holding on strong now.
Also,
But again, the high ground thing, I just can't get like. How do you go
it's
high
tough.
grounding against
It's
this team?
really, really tough, for sure.
You just got to get the pickoffs in order to create
Got
that
one
space.
here. No way out of this one for Olfiola Core. We talked about Venge's carry potential. Worth considering Lina in that regard, too. Thompson is transitioning into right-click, and he's got Empower, and he's got Vengeance Aura. So it adds up.
It does. And the swap save from Yuma. Not going to pursue the DK, though. KJ survives as a result.
Is that the Ags? I think it is for Doom. Yeah. All right. Pivotal moment here.
Okay. Let's see how big this stampede will be.
He's playing with Congregations of the Deep as well, so he can guarantee, at least for a little bit, that they stay in place and maybe can set up for Chain Dragon Tail, which should be enough to kill them when they're in the side of that Doom. Oh, this is a big moment too. Amp damage on Lina. They're going to go for the smoke. Any find. Thompson hits for 550 right now.
Not bad.
With Empower, Vengeance, Aura, and the Rune.
Pretty good.
Imagine with a critical strike.
Looking to pop the smoke. DM in the tree line. This would be a nice kill for LGD. They find him via the shockwave. They use the RP as well, but the Tombstone is going to save him for the time being. The right clicks are so much damage on O'Malley. Finally, AoE Doom comes off, though. Trying to focus onto the Magnus as Thompson just having his way with everyone with this damage rune. Able to get one kill. Now attempting to run away with the help of Yuma and company. They're going to jump in. KJ going to force out the BKB from Chira Jr. as Thompson. Lincolns does proc on
Reload.
track. And Relocate still up and running. They get the Dragon Tail at the last moment onto Thompson. Looks to be his doom. As Chira Jr. ensures it with the blink as he blocks him off. And now Yuma, last remaining member in this vicinity at least, as Whisper actually will join him. Looks like that'll be it for the fight, but definite favor going the way of Yandex.
These kills are worth so much gold, and it's not even level 3 track yet. That looked quite promising for a bit for LGD, but the fact that they got the Tombstone save off immediately, and that was without even a Blink Dagger on Malady, just good positioning from him, good awareness of the expected move out of LGD there to be able to Tombstone save Doom. And they will burn Roche in the river.
Yep, classic.
So if that fight didn't work out for LGD, next time they probably won't have that damage rune, which played a big role. Still very much reliant on finding that good RP. Coming soon to your pubs, by the way. Daedalus Satanic on IO. Almost has it completed here.
Very nice, and he has the 25 talent now.
Yep. So attack tethered allies target.
Big power spikes here.
Strong. DK has a lot of attack speed as well. Those two together pack a punch.
AC minus armor from Chira Jr. Things looking very good for Yandex. Noxer finds himself a Magnus.
Yeah. Do they reload? They do. They're waiting for it.
Harpoon onto the trees with the BKB. Nice RP. Obviously not going to be too much follow-up, although Yuma has something to say about that.
They force BKB RP with a reload. That's really, really good for the side of Yandex. Worth keeping in mind about IO, obviously when you're close to max HP, oh, never mind, no time to talk. Let's kill King Jungles in 2 seconds. So IO does more damage the higher HP it is, which when you have Satanic, you can reliably stay on very high health. Together with the 25 attack talent playing with DK, all this amping, it's just, if anybody gets caught for just a moment, they get burst so hard.
Yeah, this is scary.
The tower's gone.
14k lead, 3.5 minutes on the Aegis. They have Roche Banner as well. DK form still up.
Said high ground is going to be hard. They're going to go for it now, though. No RP.
That is true. Without RP, it's a little bit more difficult. There is the skewer, though, onto the DK, under the cover of the tier 4 towers. Chira Jr. has to pop the BKB and try to run away. He's going to get swapped. Now the damage coming from Watson is out of control, but it's going to cost him the Aegis. Does get the Vengeful Spear, but of course,
be on second life.
Have the illusion now, as Yuma can get the stun off. The Tombstone save. I think that's enough to break up this fight completely. The zombie's gonna, okay, they get off the skewer onto Malady, but now the AoE Doom comes out from DM as Whisper's just gonna burn to the ground. Yuma, the illusion, looks to be falling as well, although able to trickle back to the base just barely. Without the DK form, their push not as strong here. Okay, I say that, he pops another one. Downtime on that is not too shabby. He does get the arrow hit on him. As Watson, this damage is insane. Another swap under the tier 4 towers. It's going to be enough damage. Still healing, though, from Watson. They get the illusion of Venge. KJ takes a tumble, and this should be a set. Yandex looking extremely good. They got the Dragon Tail onto Thompson. DM jumps in with the Infernal Blade. Down goes Thompson. 84 seconds of no Lina now. So Yandex can go for potential throne status here.
Look at IO.
Fours. My goodness, this damage
IO
with the Link
with
of
the
25
laser.
talent. Absurd. Both tier 4s down, and now the Ancient exposed. No mid laner for a full minute. 3 down for LGD without buyback. And this looks to be done and dusted for game number 2 in favor of Yandex. The fortification comes out at the last moment, but that is not going to be nearly enough to save them. And that means we're going to be going to a game number 3.
And now, you and I finally get to cast a game that shows what the IO carry hype is all about. It's been a very mixed bag in this tournament. This time around, though, great performance from the side of Yandex, and Watson ends the game 12-2-12. Massive success.
Let's do game 3, Nat!
Okay, Sunsfan, I'll give that one to you as soon as we've already broken down this game too, because I'm on a similar sentiment here to what Synderen said. There's been so many core IO games going on, whether it's mid, whether it's